Hello, Brutal Foods. My name is Chef Ian Brutal Foods, but today you can just call me Mr. Chips. I'm live on site for the Essential Guide to Chips, a culturally sensitive Korean chips guide edition. North Korea, South Korea, East Korea, West Korea. We're gonna hit all the classics, and while we're there, we're gonna eat mad chips, and we're gonna rage in the streets and yell Pringle! Here I am in some place in Korea. It's pretty nice. I'm here to check out the local crunchy snack scene. Well, hello, little one. Do you have a favorite snack we could all try?
I like Veggie Bites.
Veggie Bites, $1.99 USD. Kelby Veggie Bites wheat and vegetable snack boasts 7 different veggies, all slow cooked into one delicious fry-shaped chip. Spinach, carrot, bell pepper, pumpkin, tomato, onion, and red beet. But can you actually taste the vegetables? Why, yes. Well, kind of, maybe. Actually, not really. These Veggie Bites are similar to the veggie straws, if you're familiar. They're crunchy and mostly just taste of salt, but also have sort of a salty flavor to them. And they're also weirdly smooth on the outside, which is a little spooky. And even though they're sold as a wheat snack, they really taste of potato. As for the flavor of the veggies that are trapped within, I have no idea. Sometimes I feel like I can actually taste a carrot in there, but other times I think I'm just making that up because I'm thinking too hard about it, and other times I'm asleep. It's mostly just salt. They should be called salt bites, but they are very crunchy at least, and you get a lot of chips in the bag, which is a nice feature. And honestly, the quality and crunch alone kind of make it I'll give these a B-. They're good, not great. And as always with these chip videos, I have a third party reviewing these flavors with me as well, the brutalmoose Bureau of Taste. And as for this chip, well, they agree with me, which they should do, because it's my opinion, and I know that I'm right. Chiz Curls. Just look at this happy Korean child on the front of this chip bag. Also, check out this fun and mysterious cancer warning on the back that I'm just now noticing. That's probably not a good sign. If this font didn't immediately give it away, I actually think that cheese curls are an Indonesian snack, but they are sold at H-Mart, which is where Korea lives and is also where I got these chips. So I have to imagine that the people in Korea are just crazy about cheese curls. I'm Carl, and welcome to my cheese world. Let's ride the cheese swing and go down the cheese slide while we munch on Jack and Jill Jizz Girls. Just keep on snacking Jack and Jill Jizz Girls for more cheesy adventures. This is like a packing peanut. It's got that squishy, styrofoam texture that you'll probably be familiar with if you eat a lot of these. Flavor-wise, it's kind of like nothing. I don't really taste the chiz. I also don't really taste anything else. Honestly, these are so bad that I'm wondering if I just got a bad batch or something. Either these are stale and better when you get a fresh bag, or Chiz Girls are completely terrible. Either way, I'm giving them a D. Yeah, fuck this kid. And fuck his magic cheese slide, too. While we're hanging out here in Chiz Boy's Chiz World, let's check out roller coaster potato rings. Because these are also a Jack and Jill offering. I'm not sure why, but I find the cylindrical shape of these chips unsettling. They don't even fit on my fingers. Maybe if I had the fingers of a child and these rings fit neatly upon them, I'd find them a little more aesthetically pleasing. But as it stands, they're kind of weird. Once again, I'm left wanting when it comes to taste. This is just not a very strongly flavored chip. I suppose it is a touch nacho cheesy if I do have to define what that whisper of flavor sounds like. But it's barely there. Barely there. Mostly it's just crunchy. We give these chips a C. Worst roller coaster ever. Probably. My Pote. Potato chips for myself. Too good to share with a friend. My Pote will bring you a smile to make your day happier. These chips are billed as premium white truffle, which sounded kind of like a scam to me. Crunch-wise, texture-wise, they remind me a lot of a traditional Lay's chip, but much like a toilet, they are stinky, they are smelly in a way that I quite like. I found it extra fun to double up the chips and eat them both at the same time. They really get extra stinky and oily that way, like when you stack a toilet upon another toilet. Really though, I love the taste of truffle, and I feel like these chips are everything a white truffle chip should be. Really, they remind me of a tasty truffle fry, only much more light and much more crispy. They don't even have a strong aftertaste, which is something you might expect from a truffle chip. These chips get an easy A+ from me, and a bullshit A from the Taste Bureau, proving once again that hearing others' opinions is a great idea, except for when they differ from mine. Curvy Puffs Corn Puff Snack. This bag almost looks fake to me. It looks like it belongs on the set of some Disney Channel show or something. Right out of the bag, though, these corn puffs begin to impress. They are quite fragrant with a pleasing cheese smell, and they also look like shrimp, which is cool, I guess. Texture-wise, it's similar to Pirate's Booty chip, except without all those crunchy little bits. It's very soft corn puff, softer than a Cheeto. It's also massive. Like, I'm not sure if a huge puffs are a good idea or not. I like them, but I also kind of don't like them. The good news is that they do seem to quickly dissolve in your mouth, so you won't be stuffed to the brim for long. They are very fun to eat, and I munched quite a few of them. They didn't have any aftertaste either. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know what I said here. I give it a B, and the Bureau of Taste counters with a B+. Okay, now it's time for Leslie's Clover Chips ham and cheese corn snacks. I mean, just the name of the chip alone makes you go, oh boy, I want to eat that. I have no idea why these chips are called Clover Chips, but they sound probably the nastiest sounding chips I've ever picked up. I bought them just because they looked so bizarre, honestly. They claim to be unique, yummy, and flavorful, as well as deliciously addictive. Best shared with friends. Despite how against the idea of these chips I was from the beginning, they're actually not so bad. They taste a lot like a regular corn chip with some added zip to it, much like a chili cheese Frito, but without all that pesky flavor. It's mild. The flavor isn't very strong, and at the same time, I find it to be very subtle. And if we're being honest, not that good, really. The smell is off-putting for sure. It smells a lot like chili cheese Play-Doh to me. They're also extremely powdery, so be sure to bring a napkin or something like that if you do choose to indulge. But at the end of the day, I think I just dislike the idea of a ham chip. I was never gonna give it a fair chance. I'm always gonna judge it for being a ham chip. D+. Lay's Salted Egg. This might have been the only Lay's chip that I saw in the entire H Mart. Either that or I wasn't paying enough attention, which does happen most of the time. Either way, I had to try it because the bag looks freaking slick. That's a badass looking Lay's logo in what I can only assume is Korean? These, surprisingly enough, actually do taste a lot like a salted egg. Egg yolk, specifically. The egg yolk is the most flavorful and popular part of the egg, so naturally I prefer egg whites and didn't really love these chips. It really does taste similar to a ramen egg, but it's just way too rich, you know? It's just too much flavor for a single tiny chip, which is the opposite problem I've been having with most of these today. It's a fun taste experiment though, definitely recommended on that front, but I'm gonna go with a C+ for these eggy chips. Pretty good, just eh. You want to talk about some stellar, hard-hitting chips, though? Well, get ready, because the next 3 chips are gonna be totally chips. High-tie honey butter chips with real honey. Once again, I initially just assumed that this chip bag was overpromising with its claim of French gourmet butter, though I did appreciate the guarantee that it was made of potato 100%. Now these things are killer. I really expected a chip that was too sweet to eat too very many of, a dessert chip, if you will, but the flavors of this chip are expertly balanced. Slightly salty, faintly sweet, and a tad bit buttery. I found these chips to be unbelievably A+. I feel like these could honestly be a must-try. I'll be looking for them everywhere I go, and I'll be getting visibly upset if I don't find them. Okay, now we got Oishi potato fries. Baked, not fried. Well, that's not quite a fry at all, is it? These are some big honkin' potato fries, man. About twice the thickness that I was expecting, but I'm never one to shy away from a challenge. They're similar in texture to an Andy lap fry or a hot fry. Stiff, crunchy, almost like a dehydrated celery or something. Except these baked fries taste of tomato and salt. It's sweet and a little tangy, almost like a super mild barbecue, but still mostly just tastes of tomato. It's like a big, crunchy, long tomato. What's crazy about these is that they just kind of vanish. Like you take a bite, it's almost like it transforms into a tomato soup in your mouth of sorts. Worth noting that there aren't a lot of chips in a single bag, but maybe that's for the best because you'll probably end up eating them all. B+. Turtle chips, Churro, Choco, Chichurros. And now it's time for the chips that started it all, man. I spotted these on just a casual trip to H Mart, and before I knew it, I had an entire stack of chips to review, so thank you, Churro Chip. I mean, how does one even pass up on the allure of a Choco Churro chip? It looks exactly like a churro, man. Turtle chips are characterized by rich texture and double flavor because they create the feeling of eating several chips with only one bite. I'm sold, man, I'm sold! Unlike the honey chips, there's absolutely no subtlety with the sweetness here. This is straight up a dessert chip experience. They're light and airy, almost like a cereal of some sort, yet they are surprisingly sweet and super chocolatey. Despite all odds, these chips do really taste like lightweight churros that have been dipped and coated in a very fine layer of chocolate. Surprisingly, they aren't even that messy. I think that's because the chocolate seals in all that cinnamon sugar goodness. This is another A+ must-taste chip. If you are a churro fan, I think you owe it to yourself to give them a try. Turtle chips, man. By the way, this video was sponsored by HelloFresh.
Hello everybody, it's me, Hello to Kiss Freshlin.
I'm an inventor now, piloting my latest creation, the Fresh Mech. Hi-ya! If HelloFresh is a meal kit delivery service, then the Fresh Mech is a HelloFresh advertising robot. With a push of a button, the Fresh Mech completes the brand deal for me by repeating the required talking points, like so.
HelloFresh's pre-portioned ingredients cut down on your food waste by at least 23% compared to grocery shopping.
Isn't it neat? The other day I found myself in a scary alleyway surrounded by two very buff, very handsome looking individuals, but thanks to the Fresh Mech.
Spend less time in the kitchen with HelloFresh's quick and easy meals, ready in around 15 minutes.
Hey man, what is that thing? It's an advertisement! Run! And not only is it a relaxing way to cruise the countryside, but it's also a great way to send a message to someone you love very much.
HelloFresh is not just for dinner. In fact, HelloFresh has you covered for every mealtime occasion, from snacks and easy lunches to seasonal celebration and festive gatherings.
It's HelloFresh.com, people. It's delicious. I eat it multiple times a week myself, and if you're curious about it, I think it's worth your time to...
Go to HelloFresh.com and use code brutalmoose50 for 50% off, plus your first box ships free. That's HelloFresh.com, code brutalmoose50 for 50% off, plus your first box ships free.